straight
The
off.
best cage match ever. Let's talk about it.
Well, it kind of is. In my opinion, it's my favorite cage match ever. It's the old black cage, which you never see.
I like it more than the old blue
I
cage.
hate the blue cage. I hate it. I think it
Yeah.
looks manky. The black cage looks great. It's the same one they used from St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Hmm.
And the only problem with this is watching this on the network. They absolutely like abuse this footage because it has there's two songs from this time period. Fear Factory's album Obsolete was used in Fear Factory's Obsolete and System of Down Sugar was used Unforgiven, and that's the best video package of all time. I'll post it in our group on our page so everyone can see it. It is the best video package of all time, and on the network they've removed it. The second best video package of all time is from this, and it has a song by Guantanamo Apes called Proud Like a God, which is a phenomenal song. On the network, they took it out, and it's like, why did you do
Don't
that?
want to pay the royalties.
Pay the royalties. Nobody's ever heard of that band. They're not doing anything at the moment. Buy the
They
song.
can use it. Why not? Why not help them out?
You know-
One of the things I loved about this cage, for whatever reason, it seemed like I could see through it better.
That's it.
Like
That's
if I was,
it's the mesh cage you can never see through.
and this seems more realistic
Real.
to what you would get.
I agree.
And if you're in the audience, I feel like you're not as hindered as you would be normally.
Like I've seen the mesh cage in person. The TNA cage is actually more like this for house shows. It's way better. And from a crowd perspective, you're more engaged. It's more. I think the black cage makes it more personal as well because it does kind of add that grunginess to it. But I would imagine watching this in the arena, you're able to see a lot more what's going on. It feels more like when they hit off it, it makes more like of a oomph sound to it. You know, you don't have to pad it or add sound effects to it or even mic it up like you would the other cage. I don't know. This just feels more legit. It feels more like an actual hate-filled feud than
Yes.
oh hey we're having this match. And that's what I always feel when I'm watching the normal cage. I've never felt that cage brings anything to the table. I always feel
It looks like it hurts more too.
oh yeah, well I imagine it would. Like they're bars, big
They're
steel
bars versus like the mesh. So yeah,
Like
and
the mesh is
it
cool.
didn't come down from the ceiling.
No.
They just come out and assemble it. I like that because it allows you to have a cage match as a surprise on a show instead of walking into an arena,
You see the cage.
seeing it up in the air and going, oh, well, I know one of the matches is going to be a cage match tonight. That is one of the things I like about house shows.
I think that's a cool idea. That's something they should do. That's something they should bring back. You know,
What?
so like have the bars.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
But like, hey, guess what? We're having a cage match. There's no cage here, but there is, and then they come out. That's something they could do. Like, this is the thing about WWE. They have no creativity anymore, man. Like, they don't think outside the box. It's all very controlled and by committee, and that's not how creativity works. I'm sorry, it's not. Like, we love wrestling, and this reminds me why. But then when you look at the current product, you're like, if you're a bit more creative, and I know you can be because you're doing it now with the cinematic stuff, but week to week you could do stuff like this where you're like, you know what, cage match, boom, assemble the cage.
I think that's an absolute great idea. And I much prefer these cage rules over modern day cage.
They make
match
way more
rules.
sense. They
Yeah,
make so
no
much more sense.
pinfall,
Yeah.
no submission. I would even take out the whole door nonsense.
Oh,
I've
make
never
it
understood that.
The
And just make it you have to go over the top rope.
The door is okay.
Top.
The door is
You-
okay.
You like the door?
I don't like the door, but it makes sense. Like, what I would do, I would padlock the door. You know, if I was in a cage match, I would padlock the door as like, you're not getting out.
Oh, well, no, that's what I mean. But I'm saying in terms of a winning condition,
Yeah.
I don't like that you can escape the cage through the door as a winning condition. I think you should have to go over.
Yeah, I'd agree, but I think it does kind of work. Like, but the pinfall and submission is kind of stupid because then it's matching the cage rather than a cage match.
Right. And not having a referee in the ring is great.
Yeah, it looks because it's like they're wild animals going in and killing each other. You know, it adds to that believability of, oh yeah, this is actually supposed to be a wrestling match. This isn't supposed to be like They're not supposed to be friends. And what I love about this is why this is one of the best cage matches of all time is, even though the end of it is a bit of a smudge, it's a really, really good 17 minutes. You know, like, The Rock and Triple H absolutely go out there and have a phenomenal match. Like as much as I love Austin, nobody wrestled Triple H like The Rock.
Oh yeah, I mean, even The Rock's